I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my sister's guide. Standing here together with nothing left to hide. We lift each other up when the world feels torn apart. We're keepers of the flame. We're the healers of the heart.
Sorry, it just is. Anyway, I like.
Hi everyone.
Hi everybody. Welcome to My Other's Keeper. We've got a different background today. Thought we'd try something new. We've got our Krystal with us, and we have a slightly new person. She hasn't been on my channel as a guest yet, so we have.
Hi
Day Bee.
Brian.
Hey Brian, nice to see
Hi
you.
Cosmic.
Yeah, hey Kazi, how's it going? I'm glad you're here.
I can't see too much of the chat, but
Hey,
you're doing great.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We were supposed
This
to be
is so
pirates.
disorienting.
We
Davey,
just didn't
close
get the memo.
Like cover one eye, like not no, don't just close. Cover it, but you can still see the inside of your hand, and look around. It is totally just for me
blurry.
It's not only blurry, but it's like you lose half of your depth.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild.
Even though I've got the cover on this side, I broke the lens, or I guess I should say the lens broke itself. It fell out on its own. I quite often find myself shutting my right eye so that I can see at least a little bit better.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I'm just wandering around at home, I don't have my glasses on at all.
Yeah.
But I'd like to at least see your guys' faces a little bit better.
Sorry for ya.
You're so good.
Sorry,
hey, Lucy, nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Wait, is that her name?
Yes. Lucy
I
Agnes.
Didn't know that. Aww.
Yes.
I always just say, hi, body.
Well, yeah, she's body. Like, that's just, for me, she's Lucy because that's who she is in my chat. Like, when I go to chat with her, she's Lucy.
Lucy.
So, yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Yep.
And Joel's here.
Hi, Joel.
Awesome. You're a real draw here, Davey. So would you like us to call you Davey?
You can call me Dana, or you can call me it's whatever you want. I didn't really think about it. I just am so used to logging into our StreamYard that it was already there. So I didn't think about it. But I mean, you can call me worse as well. So
my title is Kim, your humble servant. It used to be My Other's Keeper.
Oh, nice. I like her handle. I like Lucky Diesel.
Yes, Lucky Diesel is cool. I like that as well.
Cool, yeah.
Yes.
That's actually two of my nicknames that or the only two nicknames I got that I like.
Yes.
Okay.
Lucky
fair.
was
Won't go into
Lucky
mine,
was Lucky was my Bible camp nickname that I got the very last day I was there as staff.
Tell her why you got that
name.
Did
you survive something? That sounds a little,
Yeah.
Several somethings. In a day.
On the Monday? No, within 3 days.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I exaggerated.
On the Monday of finally realizing my dream of working in the barn, we did the first group of kids, and I was on this horse that you needed spurs for, and the whole 9 yards. And then the second group that came through, they needed that horse for one of the smaller groups, some of the newer riders. And so they told me, go take, I can't even remember his name. Usually I do remember his name. They told me to take this bigger horse. They didn't tell me he doesn't need spurs. And he was a very tall horse.
Oh, no.
So I got up on him, found out that I needed to get back off of him to change the length of the spurs, or the stirrups, got on him, and he took off on me. I get to the arena where all the kids are, okay, I'm finally there. Get this stupid horse to calm down. Then they said, oh, let's take the kids out on the trail. Oh, goody. Well, let's get them up to a trot. Oh, even better. I ended up losing him. And you should never run a horse back to a barn. He ran back to the barn at a trot and a lope the whole way. And it was getting close to the end of when kids were changing activities. And the way that I was going with him, I was either going to go over a fence or down a coulee, like straight down a coulee. And
what's a coulee?
It's like a big
Hold on.
ditch into it's like a cross between a ditch and a valley.
All right. We call it a berm, I think.
Berm, yeah. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hold on,
Like,
we can't go past
okay,
that. What the
sort
heck is a
of-
coulee? Sorry, Canadians.
Sort of a little bit. The landscape would be sort of a little bit like the Grand Canyon,
Just
but not
shrub
as deep.
or scrub.
Okay, I'm never coming to visit.
No, just that area. It's not
Just
like
that
up here
area
at all.
is Badlands.
Jeez, guys. This story is getting worse. And we just
It gets
we're not even
worse.
talking about the
It gets
animal.
worse.
It
Oh,
gets
no.
So I know that I'm running past the main where the older kids are, which is called Western Town. I knew I was going to be going past there to get back to the barn. So thankfully the gate was open because I was literally praying, God, let the gate be open. God, let the gate be open. It was open, thankfully. I wasn't about to start doing equestrian.
Yeah, jumping.
And as we got closer to the Western Town, I started yelling, horse on the loose, so that kids would get out of the way. Because I knew I couldn't
Right.
stop them. I'd been trying to stop them
Right, the
all
whole time.
along. Not realizing that I'm trying to put the brakes on, but he's still getting tickled by the spurs, which is telling him to go faster.
I forgot about that.
No.
So I finally get to the barn. I don't know how I missed being put into the water trough.
Yeah.
I don't know how he missed that. But he gets back to the fence, dead stop. Well, when you're going fast and whatever's under you stops,
Yep.
you keep
Yep.
going.
Yep.
So I got thrown off right in front of some 6 to 8-year-old teepee villagers, which is the little kids camp.
Yeah.
And of course, by then, the horseman instructor gets back to the barn with the rest of the kids. They had gone a different way. And he says, okay, Krystal, you got to get off. You got to get back up on the horse, but make sure to take them spurs off. And I'm like, yeah, you could have told me that to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
So-
setup.
So I took the spurs off and got back up on them and walked them around a bit to say that, I'm still boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 days later, on the Wednesday, we had, I think it was in the afternoon. Yeah, it was the first afternoon activity. We had taken the kids out on trail, because by then you were constantly taking the kids out on trail. I was the leader. 25 kids behind me. An 8-year-old who knew more about horses right behind me than anyone. She knew more about horses than I did.
Yeah.
And I was so thankful for her.
Humbling,
So
but good.
I'm back on my good horse that needs the spurs. And Patches don't think it.
That's not the name of the horse.
No,
It's
the
just
horse's
Sam.
name was Misty. So I get the kids up to a trot, and I'm going to take them up to a lope. Now, my horse was starting to go off the trail a little bit, so I went to turn her back onto the trail at a trot, and I've already told her to go up to elope. The gait changes, and she goes to go onto the trail just as she's changing her gait, and she trips. Down she goes, which means down I go.
No.
Thankfully, we were going at the speed we were because she threw me a little bit. So
good.
the saddle just hit my ankle.
Okay,
But my
you got
arm went
lucky.
out, like
Oh,
always.
shit.
And this is where I was very glad for that 8-year-old right behind me. She just did one quick jerk of her reins and her horse stopped dead, and all the other horses behind her stopped because they're trail horses.
Yeah.
And her dad, who is leading her younger sister and has her baby brother on the saddle with him,
Oh, no.
comes up to see what's going on. He has to try and get me onto the horse again. I cannot reach up and grab the saddle horn to get myself up because this is the arm that was
Oh, no.
hurting. I knew I had broken it.
Oh, no.
But of course, x-rays said otherwise. X-rays said it was not a break. And so he finally gets me up onto my horse, and he tells his 8-year-old daughter, he gives her the reins to her sister, who's a pretty good rider even at 4, but needed a little bit of guidance still.
Well, like she said, the baby was already on the horse. That wasn't just for a fun ride. That is training in that family.
Yeah.
They were seasoned riders.
Yeah.
He tells his daughter, take the kids back to the barn. I'm going to go past Western Town and drop Krystal off, and then I'll come back and help you get everyone going. And of course, once they get to the barn, there'll be other staff that can help with all the cleanup and everything. We get to where the pool is, or the swamp, whatever you want to call it, where the kids were canoeing, the teepee villagers. So we stop there because they're coming up the hill to get onto the bus. And so we stop at the bus. Hey, Sheldon, can you take Krystal back to Western Town? Sure, no problem. So I get off the horse, get onto the bus. I am looking at the same group of kids that I looked up at when I hit the dirt on the Monday. So I'm having to go into teaching mode. This is what you do. You still have to get back on a horse, even if you hurt yourself. They took me in. I got x-rays. I came back. They had said that it was just a bad sprain. So the next morning, as I went into the room for staff devotions, a couple of the staff members said to me, they said, hey, Krystal, we got you a camp nickname. It's what? Lucky. You're lucky that you didn't get hurt, but even worse.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, that's how I got lucky. And Diesel was my grade 12 nickname. And in our school, if you got a nickname, you were classified as cool.
Ooh.
So,
hey, I'd take it then. Yeah. That's a cool nickname.
I don't think I ever got a nickname there, but I was only there for 10 months. So,
I think your guys's, like, that age group wasn't quite as the nickname
she said
makes
you're
you
old.
No, I'm 6 years older than her, so I am old.
Right?
I'm
no, you're not. Yeah, we know.
It was more the grade right above me and our grade and the one below us.
So that little
that started the whole nickname thing.
Exactly. And Echo wants to know what you happened to your glasses. She wasn't here for the first 30 seconds.
the lens fell out and broke on Saturday. So
And she didn't have spare glasses. So,
nope.
yeah.
These
So if
ones,
she wants to see anything, she has to.
Uh-huh.
well, okay, looking at the screen right now, I can see it's mostly white. I can see a little bit of oranges and greens, mostly greens in the screen that's for the live. And that's about it. I can see a little
Yeah.
bit of movement at times, but without my glasses, I'm pretty much blind.
Yeah,
And Echo's
not
right.
hurt.
At least
No.
you're not hurt. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thankful for that, I guess.
for sure.
I guess.
Absolutely.
What do you mean, I guess? Yes, we're thankful you're not hurt.
We're very
Well,
thankful.
let's put it this way. The lens came out and broke while I was on the clock at work.
Yeah.
So if I had have gotten hurt, I could have
Mhm.
actually maybe gotten a little bit of pay
Yeah.
instead
that's
of
true.
going in for 4 hours because that's all I can have
See?
work to do.
Yeah.
Because I can't climb ladders, which means I can't do most of the stuff that I would do for stocking, but I can do some of it.
Mhm.
I can't clean shelves properly because I miss spots.
Yeah.
So
Can't
I just
imagine
come
why.
home. Plus, it gets a little dizzying when I'm going like this to try and reach in under.
I'm getting dizzy
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking about it. Like, very literally, I am getting dizzy just thinking. Thanks, Crystal.
Sorry.
Yes, secondhand dizzy here. I'm just a dizzy girl. What can I say?
I'm
Dizzy
like,
or
wow, that's
dipsy?
a thing, huh? Oh, she's got the burns, man. She is on fire.
I'm always
Uh,
on fire, aren't I, Kim?
pretty much. Yeah.
That's the
She's a real burnout,
fibromyalgia.
that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yes.
tonight we're almost 20 minutes in.
Are we really? Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. We've just
Oh
been
no,
sitting here
don't be at
Don't be.
all.
talking.
Honestly, I'd rather just sit and have a conversation than have to go to an interview. You know, that's
True.
just so
True.
formal, right? So
Yeah.
no, I'd much rather get to know people and have a conversation and be casual and all that stuff.
Thankfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all I do is kick back here and drink my coffee and hang out.
Well,
Well, I
yeah,
clean a lot. I am cleaning a lot. We'll give myself credit.
there
We
you go.
usually eventually get around to the topic at hand.
We do
Right.
eventually, yeah. We hit
Well-
the topic for what, 5-6 minutes at a time, and then we're something like that.
Squirrel.
Yep. Yeah,
Hey, it works
There
for me.
goes.
exactly.
Yeah, anything
Exactly.
shiny. I used to call
Yeah.
myself a cat because anything shiny, and I'm like, ooh. Like, I've got sparkly stuff all over the house, but my husband's a good sport.
Oh, what's she getting this time? Oh,
That's right. I forgot about
chips.
her sparkly shoes.
Oh yeah.
I
And
forgot
her
about this. I
disco
meant to look that
ball.
up. I looked up
Pardon?
some sparkly shoes like that, and I found them on Amazon for $100.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I hope those aren't the ones because I'm not buying them, Kim. I like your shoes, but if they're that much, you're
I
just
spent
gonna
more
have
than
to support them.
$100 on them. I spent more than $100, but for two reasons. Number one, they were on sale. No, actually,
You got two
number
pair.
one, a number of years
Okay.
ago,
Okay.
my husband, I used to always buy like cheap shoes because they're cheap, right? And
Yeah.
he explained to me, he's like, a pair of expensive shoes will always last more than twice as long as any cheap pair. So you'll
Yeah.
spend $40 on a pair of shoes, and then you'll
Right.
spend $100 on this pair of shoes. You'll have had to have purchased 3 pairs of these $40 shoes before these $100 ones are toast.
Right. Yeah. for
So
sure.
that's why I do buy expensive shoes. The second one, it was a BOGO. It was buy one, get one half price. So I got another pair half price.
Well, and I'm not the one to judge, guys. I live in sandals. Like that's all I
Well,
ever
that
wear is
was what I was
sandals.
getting
So
is sandals. So, yeah,
yeah, I'm always in sandals, so I can't really say anything
yeah.
myself. But you can't
I
tell I'm
don't
cheap.
I don't mind sandals, but they're not the greatest for wearing socks in, and I have to wear socks. So people think it
It,
looks funny. I
it's a
don't care.
thing.
I wear socks with sandals too.
Yeah.
So I'm not judging.
So Echo had an eye doctor appointment today, and the bleeders are finally healing. Oh, what a
Yay, that's
relief!
awesome.
And her blood sugar being lowered absolutely has helped your vision improve. Totally.
Oh, good.
Praise
Yeah.
God. Absolutely. Yeah, that's all. It's amazing what blood sugars can do to a body. You know, like it can make you dizzy, it can make you tired, it can make it so you can't see
Yep.
properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, your blood sugar is it's
The
essential.
the crazy thing is I knew I needed to get in to see an optometrist like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked up the two optometrists in our community, and one of them just completely Monday to Friday. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
No emergency number to call or anything. And that's the one that I've been going to.
Mm.
And the other one, she has two practices, one in another small community, and we're actually the bigger of the two communities. And I looked and it said open on occasional Saturdays, by appointment only. So I'm like, okay, this is an emergency. And so I phoned and I left a
Yeah.
message, and there was actually on their message, it said something about phoning a number if this is an emergency, but the way they were describing an emergency wasn't really my emergency. So I waited until the time they would open, not knowing if they would be open on Saturday or not. They are open one Saturday a month, and they were open this past Saturday. They were completely booked for the whole day, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. I can't see. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I freaked out like I do. And she
Most
said,
of us
well,
would.
I said, like, I
Yeah.
can't see, I can't work, I
Vision's kind
can't.
of important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, well, we might only be able to do just a vision test, like a prescription test to find out what your prescription is, because I told her that they broke. She says, are you okay to come in and we'll just try and fit you in between appointments? And so I said, yeah, I can be down there shortly. And so I quickly got my keys and everything. And like I had come home from work at 4:15 in the morning, because I start at 3:30. So
Mm-hmm.
by 9:30, 9:45, I'm trucking her on downtown to hopefully get in to see somebody to get glasses. I was
Yeah.
hoping they actually cut their glasses in
In-house.
Yeah.
in-house, but they
Yeah.
don't. But this optometrist is not just an optometrist, she's an ophthalmologist.
Oh,
So
wow.
they can detect the diseases of the eye and that kind of stuff. So
Yep.
that's why they were saying we'll just get you in for a prescription check, which is pretty much your eye exam anyways.
Yeah.
And so it took a little bit. I sat for a few minutes, and then they went and did the little measuring your eyes and whatever. And then I sat and waited a little bit, and then she took me in, and I told her, I said, like, I was already planning to come and see you guys, and because I like the idea of a female optometrist.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really like the guy that I was seeing before. And with my anxiety the way it is, I needed to be able to see somebody that I would be more comfortable with, as anxiety has gotten worse even since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now with all the other medical stuff going on, guys just
Yep.
guys can just go over there.
I do believe the
And
phrase is FOTF. FOTTF. F off to the forever.
That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Sorry, I'm a missionary. She's not used to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, I did not. All unexpected tonight. I'm like, okay, I'm not
Yeah,
so bad after all.
I'm not your typical Southern Baptist belle.
Right
Yeah.
down
yeah,
here, man. They're serious. You should, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
would
to
be
some
going straight to
barbecues
hell
and
if
I'm
I was
just
living down
quiet.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're with me then. You understand. I'm not
I
a bad
do.
kid though. I'm such a
No.
good person, but yet they think I'm nuts. So I'm like, I'm sorry.
Well, I am nuts. Actually, no, I'm not nuts. I'm not crazy. My psychiatrist said so.
No,
yeah.
I bring the nuts though. I literally have a nut bar outside for the
Do
squirrels.
you?
And I have tons
Awesome.
of peanuts
That's
behind me
awesome.
where yeah.
Love it.
So it's literal. I promise you, not diagnosed, but literal. Well, in those two, but that doesn't count.
All right. So that is the abridged, well, not so abridged story of what happened to Crystal's eyes or her eye.
Well, yeah, but it is
So
medical.
just yeah.
Oh, it is
And
totally medical. Yeah.
it's just one more thing that has happened in this whole line of diagnoses and testing
Mm-hmm.
and I thought like I've now been on medication for fibromyalgia for 3 weeks, 2
Okay.
weeks.
Are you feeling anything
Two
yet
and a half,
though?
And
maybe. Yeah.
I think I'm starting to feel a little bit better. The pain doesn't start quite so early in the morning.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a
so
good
I'm
sign
able
then.
to actually stay at work a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday I was able to stay for a full day and the
Yeah, you're
pain
only gonna
started
get better
around
then.
10:30. So
Yeah.
I was able to handle it for another hour or whatever. But then this happens and it felt like another blow, another hit to
The
this.
situation, time, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes forget that people are early in their diagnoses, and because I've had it for so long, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's no big deal," but when I first got diagnosed, I was worried and I was afraid. I thought I couldn't mow the lawn again. We had a riding lawnmower and I loved it. Like, that was my favorite
Mm.
pastime was to go outside and mow the lawn. And, I was really upset, and, of course, I can. I was able to do everything I could before, but it
Yep.
slows you down and it changes how you have to function and show up in the world, and it is a lot to take at first.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I know how old you are, I don't feel so bad either that you're just getting it now. So,
Gee, thanks.
um, if that makes you feel any better, I love you. No, I
We're not going to
seriously,
say
but
how
I'm
old
still
we are, but
jealous.
Davy, how are you between our age or are
Oh
you
no.
younger
I'm 10 years younger
Then
than
you, Kim.
Crystal? Oh, than me. Okay.
than you. Yep,
Okay. All
I think.
right. That's
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah, I'm 5 years younger than you,
Okay.
Crystal.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
6 or 7 years younger than me. Yeah.
yep.
Depends on the time of year. Yeah. So anyway, so how long
Anyway,
Yeah.
have you been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, Davy?
I think it's been about 5 or 6 years now. It might be
Okay.
even longer. I can't really remember.
What made you look for a diagnosis?
I actually didn't. I was
Okay.
at my rheumatologist, and my rheumatologist. Oh, Brian's my new favorite. Yes, I'm just 25.
Yes, yes, she did. Because I'm really
Yeah,
only 35.
right.
I'm
Exactly.
10 days older than Brian.
Oh,
I
are
mean,
you?
yeah.
Oh, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're a brat too, sir. No, I forgot where. Oh, yeah. I've had it forever. I was at my
Rheumatologist.
rheumatologist, and the rheumatologist was like, "These symptoms are not just your arthritis. this is more than likely fibromyalgia. And I looked at him and said, no, I was told that doesn't exist. And he was like, well, how many years ago was that? And I was like, maybe 3. And he was like, well, sorry to let you know, but it does exist and you do have it. So it was a learning curve. It's all been a huge learning curve.
Yeah. It's amazing how many doctors say that
Yeah.
certain diseases don't exist or mental illnesses don't exist because you can't see them. It's just like borderline personality disorder. People are just looking for attention. I mean, honestly, it's just you were spoiled as a child and people always catered to you and now they're not. So now you are acting out. I've heard that from people.
Was I spoiled as a child, Kim?
Yes, you were.
Okay, she's being sarcastic, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I was like, oh no, this is not going to go the way I thought it was. Oh,
No,
I
I've
almost
met
had
her
a heart
mom.
attack. Okay,
No, yeah, no,
okay.
I've met her family. Yeah.
She has spent time in our family.
Yeah, well, and I was
have.
like, I disagree. I don't know what to do.
I disapprove of this message. My name is
Right,
Debbie, and I
okay.
do not approve of this message. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as long as, yeah. But yes, the people have been told that, unfortunately, and doctors,
Yes, it's
we
true.
trust them, and I've been told that, a lot of these things were not real, but
Yes.
hey, here we are, and yet it is what it is.
Exactly.
So,
and that's why I do these types of shows, because too many times invisible illnesses, whether it's mental, physical, chemical, whatever going on, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't say to somebody who's broken, they're like, oh, just shake it and you'll be fine. Just
walk
pretend you don't have that broken leg and it'll go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times have you heard that, right?
Well,
take a Tylenol, it'll make it better.
Well, that's what I say now. I'm always telling people, take a Tylenol. It helps so much. I'm telling you. I'm like, why was I suffering? Just take the Tylenol. But, I mean, this is all under doctor's orders. I'm not recommending anything.
Sorry, my internet did a funk.
Is it yours or mine? I was afraid
it's
mine.
It's mine because everybody flashed off the screen. So that tells me that it was likely mine.
Whoops.
Oh,
so
I hate to say that's comforting, but I feel much better because I even sent you a message going, it's my internet. I'm so sorry.
No. And I see no chats saying that. So yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Brian. Brian's friend was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in the 90s. That's impressive.
They've known about it that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
When my mom was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, that was just in its infancy, and that was 91 or 92.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That does make sense, yeah.
What year did you guys graduate, Kim?
90.
So yeah, it would have been in 90.
2000.
Okay. But I still look this good. Just you wait.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You guys have the good genes up north.
That's right.
I'm
that is honestly.
It's probably where the ice cold plunges came from. Let's be honest. Like, you guys had to have been the reasons. Everybody down here was like, look at their skin.
We hated everybody else, so we just assumed that, we'll tell you that it's really what makes us young, and you guys are idiots, so you'll actually do it. So yeah, that's what it was.
Well, if you went up to Bright Sand in the middle of summer, that was pretty darn cold.
That was pretty darn cold.
There was times there was still ice on the water
in July.
In the middle of July.
Okay, so the secret is you just need to stay frozen. You guys are all like frozen in time.
Well, isn't that what happens with all those mummified remains? Is they've been caught in the ice and they still have skin on them, and you can still count like the wrinkles on their face. Yeah, it's the cold. It's the cold.
I think for me, it's just been staying out of the elements.
Right? No,
Yep.
I gotta make sure I live near the equator, though, with my arthritis. The doctor says so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna freeze, but I love y'all.
That's
I'll come
okay.
up and visit, and as long as it's, like, at, like, Banff or something. I heard that's warmer,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Well, Banff is kind of rebuilding.
Oh, is it?
Jasper. That was
Oh,
Jasper.
Jasper. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't really know, guys. I'm a newbie to your country, so
That's okay. Eric is 38. He was born in 87, third Pisces baby. He graduated in 2005. He'll be celebrating his 20th high school reunion in June. Awesome.
And you're
That's fun.
celebrating your what anniversary this year, Kim?
My
30?
wedding anniversary,
No,
30th.
no. School
Yeah.
anniversary.
You mean high school
Graduation.
reunion?
Whatever.
Yeah. 35. So yeah.
oh, yeah, so Brian gets it. Yeah, didn't I
Uh-huh.
think he's from,
Yeah.
Arkansas, right?
Yes, he is.
Because then he
Yeah,
knows he gets
Enola.
I think I don't know if they get more snow than us in Nashville or not, but I know it gets cold there. My husband's family
Okay.
lives there, and every once in a while, like, it's not too bad on my yeah, it is Arkansas, okay. Um, Arkansas seems to be colder to me, but I think everyone says it's about the same here and
Hmm.
there, but I don't know.
What kind of arthritis do you have, Davy?
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, okay.
Rheumatoid.
Yeah,
So,
you got the rheumatiz.
yeah, right, I got a whole bunch of tisms if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, really, you got the tisms.
I
I
got the
got the
tisms.
I got the itises.
Yeah, and a couple
We're
itises, yeah.
between the two of us, we're pretty much messed
Yeah, and
up.
I figured out and realized I had rheumatoid arthritis when I lived in Utah because it
Mm.
snowed there a lot and it would get really cold and
Mm-hmm.
I was just being a typical mom and cleaning the house and stuff and they said it was the injury that I got is like a pitcher's arm. So he was like, "This is not normal." Um and that was the very start of it and I was 26 and most doctors the first that I went and tried to get to investigate it all said no. Like,
You're
"You're
too
too
young.
young."
You're too young.
Yep.
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 You hear a whole bunch of them, but thankfully, I had a good friend well, she was an ER nurse. She works at the hospital downtown now, but
Mm.
she said, "You need to go in. I can tell your 2 legs are different sizes." So, like, one
Two
leg
different lengths.
no, swollen. Like, I swell.
Oh,
So, it'll be, like, obvious, like, it'll look like I have a broken arm or, like,
wow.
it just swells if it's not, managed.
Right.
So it did get to the point where it was like you're walking on rocks. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
just felt like everything at the it was just crazy. So I finally got diagnosed, at 28, I believe,
Wow.
think, maybe. I
Wow.
don't know. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was young, but it all worked out. I don't have any damage. I use, the medications that are sent to me weekly, and that way it takes care of all of it. I mean, but the weight
Okay.
gain, that's gonna be something that's kind of not a fun
Yeah.
ride to go on. I'm on steroids at the moment, and it's a daily steroid, but thankfully, because I can't get pregnant, I it's a perfect thing for me to be on, but it
Right.
will cause some weight gain, but, like, a woman who's pregnant or could bear children, it could kill you. It will create a toxicity
Really.
in your system
Oh,
from
wow.
being pregnant and taking this, so it's like a
Oh,
it's
wow.
complicated. I feel for women that are actually younger than me because 'cause I'm out of it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
but, one of the first treatments is, methotrexate, and that's chemo. So it's just low dose chemotherapy, and
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
I did that for 12 years, and, I got down to 120 pounds, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and, it just didn't look good, I was sick, and we changed the meds up now that I don't do that and I take a steroid. Got a bit more weight
Mm-hmm.
on me now, but at least I have a quality of life.
Mhm.
I'm not sick all the time. I can move, and I don't have to get
Yeah.
any joint replacements. So
Yeah.
anybody, 5 to 10 years ago wouldn't be able to really get treatment. Okay, I'm being dramatic. 20 to 30, I would say. Like they just didn't even recognize it. I'm sure my great grandmother had it, but
Right.
we just knew that some older people grew funny.
Yep.
So I just made it
And they're
funny. I was like,
crooked and
I'm gonna throw up gang signs, like at all times, because
yeah.
you got to make it something better than what it is, and it's not even like that. I was just fearing the worst, of course. I think all of our brains do that,
Yeah.
not
Like
knowing.
I
Yeah.
have osteoarthritis
Right? Same.
Mhm.
and
When
have had that for some time. You have
he said that
osteo
to
as
me,
well?
yep. He goes, so this
You got the
arthritis, and I was like,
trifecta.
hold up, sir. What do you mean? There's more? I got more arthritises other than this one? And he was like, well, of course. And they're all age related. And I was like, sir, I don't like your tone with me. And you can't just spring that on
Yeah.
people. Your other arthritis. I didn't know I had more than one. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Not
I just put a
is it
link in the chat, and that's the first video you'll have when you come onto my YouTube channel. But this is with my best friend Gwen, and she had arthritis since she was itty bitty, like 3 years old.
oh no.
So
That's the
yeah,
worst
like I
juvenile
just wanted to
arthritis.
put that there for you, Davey, so you can see that when doctors say that you're too young, there's no such
Yeah.
thing.
Well, that's
Like,
true.
Yeah.
But they looked at me
yeah.
and I did. I worked out. I was a mom.
Yeah.
I got a lot done.
Oh
I looked
yeah.
okay. But I was like, and even recently, like when I have to go into specialists, especially, they're all older. And I mean like,
Yeah.
80s,
Mhm.
and I love seeing them, but almost every time when I walk in, they just go, "You don't belong here." I'm like, "Well, I'm old on the inside. Like, let me in, okay? I know I don't
That's right.
belong in your
I'm an
club,
old soul in old joints.
right? But I gotta be here, okay? Like, look at
That's
my blood
right.
work if you want, but I belong here with you, sir." And I
Yeah.
mean, I just make it funny, but I used to sometimes it does get to me and it starts to like,
Oh yeah.
comparisons the downfall of everything. And I've got
Yep.
neighbors next door who are twice my age and doing more than I can physically. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
this ain't
Absolutely.
right.
That's
Nope.
why
And it's not.
I ended up having to make the decision to move into an
Mhm.
apartment because I couldn't do it anymore.
Yep.
I used to, from the time like this time of year, I would be out in the yard getting the
Yep.
lawn raked and getting ready to plant the gardens
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I can't do it anymore. It just hurts too much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And last summer, I guess it kind of was a combination of everything. I couldn't even go outside for 5 minutes without sneezing and coughing and everything else. And finding out that fibromyalgia, one of the symptoms is extreme allergies.
Oh,
I'm
Yep.
like,
crap.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why am I learning this just now? I've
Because
already been
she's
to an
Oh,
new with it.
allergist and everything.
Because she's new with it. And people
Wow.
aren't giving you the new information because they just assume
well,
you have it, right?
Yeah, I did not know
I
that.
don't
I
even know
didn't
where
So
that
know
yeah.
that.
paper is. I happened to see, like, she handed me a paper of all these symptoms, and the very
Yeah.
first one that caught my eye was allergies. I haven't really read the thing, but
That's so
allergies just
Mhm.
kind of popped
ironic.
out, and I'm like, oh my
That's so
goodness.
ironic because I thought it was because I moved to Tennessee. Look, I could give a serial killer a million reasons why they didn't do it. I'm sure of it. It's like I have a reason for everything. And I just thought it would,
Uh-huh.
but of course, I always think it's my fault. So I'm like, it's because I moved or it's because of this. Like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
never knew. But if you're absolutely right, that's crazy.
And
Mhm.
from my understanding, it can be exacerbated through trauma
I believe that.
because Fibromyalgia is one of the autoimmune diseases that if you've been assaulted as a child, assayed as a child, you are more likely to get fibromyalgia than
Right.
regular people.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Fibromyalgia, lupus,
Yeah,
chronic fatigue syndrome, endometriosis are all ones that you have a higher chance of getting them if you've been assayed.
Wow.
Mhm.
Did not know this. Wow, I did not know that I was good. Okay, so after your appointments, you're gonna need to call me. We're gonna need to discuss what the doctor says about us, okay? Because you're learning much
What
more
I'm
things. I'm gonna have to start asking questions.
yes.
So it just
What I'm putting into the chat right now, I'm taking from the Mayo Clinic, and these are symptoms, causes, treatments, and all of that. So this will be some of the information that Krystal would have gotten from the rheumatologist. This will be a lot more because she got it just really compacted.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be information you're going to want to have. Now, I don't know if you can click on a link that I put in or if you have to do it from a mod. So Body Illusion, if you could take these links that I've put in and re-put them in as a mod, I'd appreciate it because
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't know.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't
have
know if
my
you
other
can or
one
not.
up because I thought it was my internet, so I was, like, turning off everything internet.
Mm.
I was like,
Mhm.
"Don't interfere with my computer."
Mhm.
and
Normally, I
like
would
with
have my YouTube going at the same time. I
yeah.
could care less, but this is your channel. I'm trying to behave myself.
That's okay. You don't have to behave in my channel.
Well, I
We
gotta
don't.
make a good first impression, right?
We've met. It's too
True,
late for that.
true, true.
Yeah. Oh, they're popping up. Great. Okay, so if I put something in, it'll still pop up. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah, I can't even tell because I can't see any of the chat.
Oh, no, poor Crystal. Yeah, we can't
Oh.
ask you to look.
No. No. Okay. So
But
now
no,
that we're
with
teaching you about fibromyalgia,
Mm,
what are some things that you were surprised about in having fibromyalgia?
just how much it mimics the arthritis pain.
Okay.
How much it can actually present as arthritis rather than. So the only way I can describe it is like when your hands are cramping or when it gets
Mm-hmm.
cold, when you feel that, that's the arthritis. But
Mm-hmm.
when it starts to feel like it's your whole hand, it's more the fibro. I don't know if that's a
Mm.
good explanation of like it's more of or like your neck, it's like a I don't know.
funny body illusion.
I was just gonna say that.
Me?
I could see
No.
that.
So she's not seeing we're all talking about her? Well, here we go.
Should I be scared of body?
Yes, yes, you should.
No. She fits right in.
I've always loved her, so I'm just like, I hope so.
Oh, she's fantastic. Yeah. I am so grateful for the people who stick around my channel because I mean, I don't have a huge bunch of people, but the people I got are the best ones. You know,
Quality
really,
over quantity.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I will take quantity when it comes, but I mean, for right now, I'm willing to
Right.
stay humble. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
my humbleness is my best quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we are. I hope we are, Brian.
Yeah.
I know me and
We're all
Crystal are for
friends.
sure. I got me and Crystal down. The rest of you, we'll see.
The
Mm.
rest,
No, I'm kidding.
well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
no, it's all good. Yeah. So again, the things, the mimicry to arthritis was a
Yeah.
surprise to you.
Yeah. I did not expect
Okay.
it to have the same presentation. I thought it would be something completely different.
Right.
But
So, did you just think that it was your arthritis getting worse?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was, not I thought my medications weren't working anymore, and he said, "No, we're gonna have to start addressing it," and that's when I had to start gabapentin. And believe it or not, nowadays, I'm like, "Just take the Tylenol, take the Motrin, don't suffer." But back then, I wouldn't take anything, and then the pain before I got the diagnosis for RA, I was taking double the amount you're supposed to for Tylenol and Motrin to cope. Like, I never
That's really unhealthy. Just ask Body Illusion
well, yeah, and then, of course
and
and I mean,
Gila.
it's probably naughty, but I did take THC and CBD, and that did help a lot, so, there was other things too, so, I mean, I don't know I mean, those are known anagilit I know how to spell it, I can't tell you how to pronounce it.
How do you
Anagilis
spell it?
and you know when you go
Analgesics.
numb? There you go!
Analgesics. Yeah.
Thank you. You knew
Hey,
exactly by
anytime.
that. Oh, that word kills me, but it numbs things. It helps to, like, take the pain away, and, I stopped
This might
even
help you
doing that,
remember. This
and the
might help you
rheumatologist
remember.
told me, "What's that? What's your trick?"
The first part of it is anal,
"Oh, no."
and then G's.
No. Are you
See, now
serious?
you'll never
I'm
forget
not
it.
learning this right now from Kim.
I'm ruining my really sweet
My
reputation.
my brain is just fried. I'm mind blown. What
Especially
was it
after
I,
our
again?
I
Hold on.
conversation from earlier.
Anal G's? Anal so how do you say it again?
analgesic.
Analgesic.
Yes.
Still ain't right. That's just the wrong word. I don't like the
Analgesic.
word. Oh, I get it. Oh,
Yeah.
I can use that then.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I can totally use that one. Because it is gross, and it's always coming up, but then again, I literally have the shirt of a donkey for, like, my picture on YouTube. It says "bad
Right.
donkey,"
Yes.
like, you know?
Yes.
I love a play on words, I just never knew it would bite me in the
Yeah.
donkey, you know?
All right. Donkey.
Right? But anyways,
That's
yes,
good
so I
enough. Donkey.
I
Yeah.
tried to cope, and obviously I have a great way of coping because I don't let things get me
Well,
down
yeah.
for too long.
No. Exactly.
But when they do, they really do, and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yep.
I'm human and I don't like it. I don't wanna."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but I've learned to take it easier. I still get things done. I get them done slower, but I still
yes.
get them done.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
And
anything you can't do anymore that you used to?
yes, I cannot go caving, although I wasn't a big fan of caving in the first place, but I can't go into any caves because the bat guana is dangerous with the Enbrel that I take. It'll cause a lung infection that could kill you.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That got
Well,
real dark
no
real quick.
guano.
Sorry. That went
Oh, that's okay.
yeah.
Well, that's
But I
okay.
mean, other than that, I'm not really into caving, so I wasn't like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
darn.
It gave you an excuse to not go?
Shucks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I
I
still would go
can't
in
go. Yeah.
I would still go in some, but
Mm-hmm.
not the ones my grandpa used to take me in out in California. Those were like terrifying. But you got to
Okay.
think, the early 90s and
Oh,
they
yeah.
just had like a small rope for the drop off and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
we could die. Grandpa, why are we
Do
doing
you,
this?
do you have like a Swiss seat or a harness you could actually just rappel down?
No, you walked through these. You just walked through these caves and there was drop offs and like just an
Oh,
itty bitty
the
rope.
rope is keeping you from the side. Got it.
Right. If you
Okay.
fall,
Sorry, I
you're
was thinking
going
of
over.
bounding down the wall.
No, no, thankfully none of that. No, grandpa was
Okay.
in his 80s. So if he could do them, you know, but still, yeah, that's a whole nother story. There was a lot to that, but I grew up. I've
Hmm.
always been hard on myself. So, and then I
Yeah.
mean, I do take hard hits, so nobody really took me seriously because I always hit so hard.
Yep.
Um, and so it was hard to get people to really actually, well, and to catch it in time. We don't really advocate for ourselves because unless you know how to, there's no way you can. And you end up learning as you go, and it's a very frustrating process. So, if only I knew what I knew now, I would have been, going in right away instead of waiting for the appointment and then my inflammation goes down and they can't see. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of work, but it will eventually work out, and you end up into your own flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I think the hardest part of it is accepting it, honestly. And I still don't know that I fully accepted my diagnosis, so I don't know.
I was recently at my doctor's, and we were talking about my medications and such. And I said, "Oh, by the way, my friend was recently diagnosed with fibromyalgia." And I said, this gave her a list of symptoms that has been going on for many years for me. Um, I do you think there's a chance that I have fibromyalgia? She says, absolutely. Like, oh, okay. But I've been on pregabalin for a couple of years
Okay.
now.
Yep.
So it would have already been dulling the effects of
Yep.
whatever
Yep.
fibro would have been showing up.
Yep.
So I don't need the diagnosis because I'm already
Right.
being treated for something else where the medication's the same,
Yep.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Krystal, on the other hand, needs the diagnosis to get the treatment.
Yeah. Well, and the
Well,
medications
and
vary.
also to explain why I can't do half my job anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Why I get so exhausted so fast and don't have the energy that a 47-year-old should have.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's
there's
a lot of
days,
figuring it out and blaming yourself and trying to figure out what
Yeah.
did I do and how did I overdo it. It's a lot of managing your energy, managing your time in a better way. It's annoying. It's
And how
frustrating.
could have I prevented it?
You
Could I
can.
have eaten
Yeah.
better? Could I have been more active? Could I have been whatever? But it's autoimmune. Your body is
yeah.
attacking itself. You
Yeah.
can't stop that.
No,
And
I would go to work out and then hurt myself
Yes,
because there's no
exactly.
way to push. It's really going to take a while, but you'll know what pain you can push through and what pain you're not supposed to.
Mm,
You know, that's going to be a hard one, and there's no way to explain it because it's your own brain we're working against. Like,
yeah.
so
mhm,
whatever you're mean about towards yourself is going to get worse because
mhm,
now you're losing a part of your identity. Like, I used to work construction. So I
mm,
enjoyed building. I enjoyed, you know, yeah, I
mhm,
enjoyed creating things. I was going to
Yep.
remodel
mhm.
our house on my own. And it just aw, hey, Causey.
Oh,
Hey,
Um
Kazi.
yeah, I just can't do those things anymore. I didn't expect that I would have to change that, but it's a different way. I actually think it's in a good way because I could learn how to sit back and not be so I'll do it myself, you
you
know?
have to learn how to sit back and accept help.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah, it's
know,
much harder though. It is
it
much
is.
harder
It
to
really
accept help
is.
and to
Yeah.
ask for it. I have to ask for help now, and that sucks. Like, it just,
Yes.
Yes. Like
yeah,
Kim has been to my old place. She has seen the deck, the fence,
yep,
The
the
boxes
garden
for doing
boxes.
gardens.
yeah,
She's seen all
Oh
that. That's all stuff
man.
I did myself. The only thing I got help with was framing the deck
Hmm.
because I
yeah,
You
wasn't
have to
sure
have two
about how to do
people.
that
yeah,
Yeah.
and make it the way it was supposed to.
right,
And then when I put the railing up, I built and designed the railing, but I needed a second set of hands to actually get it into place.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's, I used to be outside all the time in the summer. And it got to a point where by July, I would be ready to be finished with my garden.
Is that a
And there
cat
was still
paw?
2 months left to go. Yes,
Is
it's a
that your
cat paw.
Oh my god, that is the cutest thing ever. Oh my god. I want your cat. That is the cutest.
She is a sweet cat.
Oh, what a baby. I'm so sorry. I'm
That's
love that
okay.
cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, some people, yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
part of it.
So yeah,
And
it's learning new reality and then knowing or finding out who your friends are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lot
Yeah.
harder too. Because I did lose a lot of friends I couldn't do things for anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything
Yeah.
for 'em.
That's a good friend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, but I always make more friends.
That's right.
Nobody gonna get me down. I make friends everywhere I go, literally. Like if you see a packed place, no problem. I'll just sit there and talk to everybody until we get in. Like
That's
not a
Kim.
problem. Yep.
That's
Uh,
Kim,
My
not
sister-in-law,
me.
you would be horrified with me and Kim going out in public. Oh my god, I want the cat.
Yes. I was at the hospital the other day with a young lady, and that's the one I've been helping out with the last few days, and I will be in a few days again. But anyways, we were at the hospital. She and I were talking, and this guy comes by, and he's looking for a place to sit. We're like, "Ah, come sit here," and we find out that he also has a mental illness similar to the one that this young lady's dealing with. So then the three of us are chatting away. We're comparing diagnoses and medications.
Yep.
And this lady from behind, she's like, I couldn't help it over here. And she and her son were there because her son had been arrested because he was in the throes of a mental illness that was not properly being treated yet.
Oh,
So
no.
she's like, what can I do? What can I talk about? How can I deal with this? And I'm like, here's my card. I have this YouTube channel. Watch some. You will find it interesting. And when you have questions, not if, when you have questions, there's my email address. Right? So people will be seeing this with you and like with Krystal and Day Bee here. And they'll be going, oh, well, maybe I'm not in my 20s. Maybe I'm not too young to have arthritis.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not too young to have
My
whatever.
stepdaughter ended up getting it, and she's 24. She got diagnosed at 21. And we're not related. There's no blood there. So I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. But
Psychically, you did. I am sure. Psychically,
right,
there was a
but
connection
how
right here.
ironic. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
But I mean, it was easy. I was like, well, you've seen it. You know that people can get
that's
through it.
right.
You can still live with it. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But it is much harder when you're in birthing years and doing all that mess. So
Oh, yes.
no thanks.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, yeah. Luke
Yeah, and Brian
Bryan's
just
he's the
watches
guy in
us.
the corner watching
Right?
things. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I went in kind of thinking it could be one of two things
Mm-hmm.
because I had heard how fibromyalgia was a lot of pain, and like I had one of my therapists was actually had fibromyalgia, and she ended up having to stop hairdressing because of it.
Yep.
And so she would tell me how there's times, and of course she was one that she could go and have a soak in the tub every night. No big
Mhm.
deal. I can't do that.
Yeah. Well,
can't
I
get into
can't
a
do
tub.
that. We don't even have one, so you don't have to worry. Same thing here, and you can manage. It'll be fine. You could even,
Yeah.
if you want to, soak hot towels and just put a hot towel on compress on your back or your neck, whatever it is that hurts. Oh, that's even too creepy.
Just the thought of wetness
Oh, then
touching my
maybe.
skin.
What about those beanbag things? Are those wet?
No, they're not.
They're too small.
That would be good. Yeah, it's true. But those would
What's
be
your
really
name?
good.
Krystal. I was going to call you my daughter's name, and I knew that was wrong. I made like it's actually rice, and it goes from here and it goes back over your shoulders, and you put that in the microwave for like 5 minutes. And
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
one of
rice, it
those.
has absorbed
Yeah.
all of the moisture from around, so
Yep.
it's still a moist heat, but it's not wet.
It's no moisture. Yep.
Yeah.
Next time you're over here, we need to try that for you.
Next
Do
week.
you do
Next
any
week.
sewing or anything like that?
Yep.
Then you could absolutely make like a beautiful sleeve for that of whatever
Mm-hmm.
fabric you like. My son's
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
picky about his shirts. So we're all about the fabrics over here.
Yeah. Well, I'm tactile as well, so
Okay, then
certain
yep.
textures just
Yep.
I
We can
can't
make
do.
this work though. You can do beans, you can do rice, you can do anything to make it whatever's comfortable for you though. You could even do like I don't think you can do salt rocks, but I think it's like some kind of rock. I don't know if it's fish tank rocks. Don't hold me to this. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere though.
I
There's
like
something.
rice. I
Yeah.
like rice because it does absorb the ambient moisture,
Yep.
whereas
Well, that one
beans and
can.
everything else doesn't.
Yeah, I have
Like
no
the
idea.
crazy thing is with me, even in the summertime, I will have a blanket on with the AC pointing right to me, another
Yep.
fan pointing at me,
Mm-hmm.
just so that I could have the weight of the blankets on my
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never realized that that was actually part of it, was that feeling of the weight on the legs. And
Yep.
yet I can't do weighted blankets.
Neither can I.
Mm.
Neither can I. I felt trapped. I was like, this is not
I
happening.
ended up, I tried making one and it didn't quite work, but I thought, well, I'm going to try having it on me. And I knew it was less than what they suggest for therapeutic weighted blankets, which is 10% of your body weight.
Right.
And it was actually less than that. I think it was only about 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on and I started to panic.
Really?
And yeah,
Oh
Because she's
no.
used to something else being heavy on her.
I'm
Aw.
I'm used to my cats sitting
Yeah.
and they're 15 pounds, 10, 15
Yep.
pounds.
But it's also only in a small location, right? You still have
And
the
so was
freedom to
this
have your
blanket.
feet moving around. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was still with this blanket and I couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just
wow. Okay.
Hey, fair enough.
so and I had heard how good they could be, and it's just no, that's not
I
going to
gave it
work.
to my kid. My kid loves the weighted blanket. So we were like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
here you go.
And
Yeah.
for some people, they really work. Put 3 or 4 heavy blankets on that are not weighted, and I'm good
No,
to go.
he likes to sleep under the blankets and then the
Mm-hmm.
weighted blanket too. I'm like, it's awful. I would cook. I would just fry. I sleep with so
Yeah.
many fans on, it's not funny. I tie my
Mm-hmm.
hair up, and then I've got a fan facing me this way, a fan coming
No,
down this way,
I
fan
don't
on
have
this
that
way.
problem.
I don't like anything heavy on me. Blankets, clothes, don't even like heavy food.
Wow. Not dramatic
Yep.
at all.
No.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, quilts I like, but not
Yeah.
well,
Body Illusion
is
likes
Body
quilts just for the
she's from England, huh?
Body Illusion. No, she's from somewhere in the States. Can't remember
Oh,
which state.
really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oop.
she is.
Oh, well, I assumed wrong.
If have you ever heard her talk?
Nope.
Okay. Body Illusion, put up a link to your channel, please.
Oh, yes, please. Did she? Oh,
Yes.
I keep forgetting people actually have channels and it's not just their names. This is how
Yeah.
I feel so old when this happens. And I'm like,
Body Illusion is the name of her channel.
well, yeah, I know.
So,
I do,
yeah.
but that's the
Oh,
sad part. I never put it together because I never use mine. So
fair.
then I don't
Yeah.
assume that other people are using theirs. I assume it's like, I don't
Right.
know. I don't know why I
Well,
assumed
yeah,
that, but
most
I
people
did.
aren't named my other's keeper. That
No.
would be quite the handle to have to give a kid in grade 2.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
hopefully they finish the name on Day Bee. Unless, well, I don't know. Never mind. The way I say it like that, they're
Yeah.
right in. Day Bee.
Body Illusion is from California. She's a Cali girl.
Shut up. What part?
What are
I'm
you
from
up to, my
Sacramento.
girl?
No, not literally. Sorry. At least I didn't curse.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh yeah, my
That's-
husband, when he gets mad, he really sounds country, and I'm like, what was this? Where did that come from? And why are you scaring me?
What are you
Thankfully,
doing?
now that the kids are grown, he doesn't use it. She's from NorCal. No.
Where are you at, Davey?
I'm in Tennessee, but I'm from Northern California.
Ooh.
So we just retired here after my husband retired from the Air Force. We picked Tennessee because we were here on assignment.
Oh, for sure. When you're tired, absolutely, it'll come out heavy. Whatever your accent will
love
be,
it.
it'll come out heavy. So she's from Silicon Valley.
Ooh la la.
Ooh. It's not where she lives now, but that's where she was.
Oh, that's where you grew up then.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's so cool. Yeah, Sacramento, North Highlands. Don't judge me. It's really ghetto. But
Oh, okay.
that's why I call myself a ghetto redneck. Because my parents were rednecks. We lived off the land. We had to we didn't have a running air conditioner. We had a swamp cooler. We had to chop the wood to keep the house warm. It was seriously living off the land. I know how to shoot guns, but we lived in the hood. And they were
My
always
dad taught me how to shoot when I was about 6 years old, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Taught me how to shoot a 22. There was no BB gun in my house. There was a 22.
We had a little of everything.
Yeah.
And Tracy. Oh wow, Tracy is so close to where I grew up. That's crazy. I lived there.
That's awesome. You two got to get together.
Yeah.
You will love each other. Honestly, first of all, Body Illusion.
Well, we already
Lucy,
do, yes, for sure.
Yeah, Lucy is phenomenal.
Oh no, I hope we're not related. Please don't be family. Oh, that would be the worst. Can you imagine? Oh no, we better not be related. Oh, that would be so bad.
Are you adopted?
No, but I don't. Well, maybe. Okay, maybe you're the only hope for family I have left. Because I'm scared of mine. I'm like, no, please, no.
Don't be part of that.
Yeah, don't be part of them. Please, not part of them. No, I'll have to figure it out offline then. I'm totally fangirling right now. Sorry.
There you go.
So here's another question.
Yes.
Do you ever find that there's times when your skin hurts?
No.
Kind of tingly.
I haven't had that. No, I've had it with friends though. I do know.
Okay.
And the more that it's getting pointed out to me, the more that I'm noticing that I have these random itches. So, I didn't think I did. Once again, I classified it something different in my mind, and I'm like, oh, I'm just a hairy beast. It's got to be hair on my body or something, I never thought about it though, but I am kind of chasing an itch at times, and it's just from time to time. Look, now I'm making myself itch. I'm literally getting it's got to be a mental thing too.
The one symptom that I have that I cannot be explained away as to I hurt my back or whatever is the sensitive skin. And I can touch my skin here and it feels like I'm scratching. And then
it feels almost like it's raw.
I have the opposite. It's I can scratch and bleed. I will literally scratch so hard I'll start bleeding and not know it.
Ooh, wow.
So,
yeah, no.
I mean, not where I don't feel things. What?
I get that. I will scratch so hard, usually on my thigh.
Yep.
Or on my inner leg, and I'll scratch and scratch and scratch until a huge bruise ends up coming.
Yeah.
And I can't stop scratching because it just if I stop it, itches even more.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be that then. Yeah.
So I guess in a sense I'm scratching until I'm bleeding, but it's internal bleeding.
Yeah.
It is,
It's
but
the
it's
bruise.
still it's damage. It's the same
It's a
thing.
hematoma.
You're
Yeah.
yeah, you're doing until you hurt yourself. So
Yes.
yeah.
And
And
even
that's
once
not
it hurts, I can't stop scratching.
because the
So
blood's
that's a
flowing there and it's making it more itchy.
or it could be a compulsion even because I also have it's called and I could be messing this up, but trichical oh, I'm gonna mess it up. I can't even pronounce
Trichinosis.
it. Is that where you pick?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it I'm
Yeah,
just
my
kidding.
sister
You know
has
what?
that.
Glad we have this osmosis thing happening where I can just be stuck on the word.
You and
You're
I
like,
should do
yep.
Pictionary. You know, like really, you and I could do, we'd be a mean Pictionary team.
Yeah, I'm telling well,
Like
you're
that
good at this.
it was because of the scratching and the huge bruises that I would get that my doctor sent me to the rheumatologist.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And
Wow, really?
and I told
Yep.
her, I said, like, I was kind of wondering if I had lupus because I'll quite often get a rash that looks like the butterfly rash.
Yep, that's right. I do remember this. Okay.
And
And that
so
wasn't it. Yeah.
they
But I
tested
do
me
hit
for
hard.
both.
I just hit hard. So like the other day I was in the truck. I got the car wash and then it
Mm.
flipped my mirror in. So I couldn't change lanes. So when I was at a stoplight, I put it in park and went out the freaking window to try to grab the mirror back, and I like messed up my arm. And it's from moving too fast, and I'm not very coordinated, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
me. So I thought
So
it would be
Davey,
normal.
would it have anything to do with nerve stimulation? It's a good question, Lucy.
I don't know.
Which, the itching?
Yeah.
Like maybe because it is a
It would
nerve
make
thing. I do
sense.
know that because it's when you get stressed, it'll get worse, and so the
Yes.
compulsions become unmanageable because you're doing it when you're not well, a compulsion is when you're doing it without knowing you're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Where you just physically cannot stop yourself.
yeah,
Like,
so that would be a
yeah.
compulsion. So it's a little bit
Yes.
of both, I guess. Like a part of it's the fibro and a part of it's us being able to be aware enough to fix it. Because half the
Mhm.
time I will be bleeding and then realize.
Right. Right.
Like, so it's counterproductive.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, "Oh, why oh, that's why," you
Mm-hmm.
know? But I thought it was just like a normal thing. Huh,
Yeah.
doesn't everybody?
Hey, Tiff. Nice to see
Oh, hi,
you.
Tiff.
Hey, Tiff.
I am gonna have to get going soon though, guys. I got my, husband is waiting on me. Normally, I'm
Yeah,
in
mine
bed
too.
by this time. I want credit for being a rebel. Although, lately, I've been staying up later.
Oh, okay.
I may have to rethink what a rebel is. Maybe it's gonna be after 10 now.
Yeah, that's a rebel. I'll give you that.
Well, I'm up by 4 AM. So, if that I mean, yeah.
So you're up at the
Well,
same
you are
time I am.
too. Yeah, I was like, "Wait,
At
you're up at
2.
the same time." Crap, that doesn't work. So much for
No.
that excuse. Well, I'm lazy, okay?
Well, no,
Well,
and my husband's home now, and I should probably see him too. So,
yes.
yes,
Aw, okay. Well, yeah.
we will have to do this. We'll have to do a part 2 sometime in May
Yes.
Okay, deal.
because, yeah, we didn't get all the way through, and y'all are just too much fun. Like, honestly. So, love you all. Have a great evening. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Take a look through the chats. There's some really excellent links in there for both channels and for information on fibromyalgia. So please take a look at all of those. All
Thanks for
right.
having us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you girls coming by. Okay.
Thank you,
Talk to
Davey.
you later.
Thanks,
Yes.
Krystal.
Thank you,
Bye,
Davey.
guys.
Thanks, Krystal.
Bye.
Bye.
Some come with scars, some come with dreams. In this circle, we're more than what we seem. No judgment here, just voices to be heard. Through laughter, through the tears, we find every word.
I'm my brother's keeper, I'm my sister's guide. Standing here together with nothing left to hide. We lift each other up when the world feels torn apart. We're keepers of the flame, we're the healers of the heart.